Okay, everyone, I need your help. This week, I'm starting a new series discussing earnings and whether or not you should buy or sell the company. However, I don't have a great name for this series, so I need your help. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craw. Let's jump right on in. Okay, everyone, I need your help. This week, I'm starting a new series discussing earnings and whether or not you should buy or sell the company. However, I don't have a great name for this series, so I need your help. However, disclaimer, even though I'll be providing some insight and giving my opinion on whether to buy or sell, you should never blindly follow my advice. Whenever you invest in the stock market, you should always do your own due diligence. Okay, so like I said before, new series, videos every day this week discussing earnings, whether or not to buy or sell. However, I don't have a good name, so please help me out. Leave me a comment below and give me a good title for this video series. But once again, never blindly follow anyone's advice. Always do your own due diligence. Okay, so here we are. On my screen, I have the companies for the entire week that are going to be providing earnings that are the most anticipated companies, okay? So every company that is giving earnings this week is not on this chart, but these are the most popular or anticipated companies providing earnings this week. Okay, so let's start with Monday. Okay, so looking at Monday, which companies stand out to you? Okay. Now, for me, a big obvious one is, of course, the Clorox Company, McKesson, Ferrari, Marathon, AIG, Take Two Interactive, and then Che. But I want to focus on the obvious setups, right? We don't want to make trading any more complicated than it really has to be. Let's just pick a company and really just look at what is the most obvious choices here, okay? So also too, let me explain this really quickly. All right, so on the left, you have companies that are going to be providing earnings before the open, okay? And then on the right, you have companies providing earnings after the close. So as you can tell, earnings only are presented either before or after the market when the market is closed. The reason they do this is because they do not want a crazy volatile shift in the stock price. So they give you opportunity to do your research and understand what's going on, so they don't display that earnings during the market. So you have time either before the market or time after the market to investigate, do your research, so on and so forth. Okay, so really obvious choice here is the Clorox Company. As you know, we're living in a COVID time. Everything is all about sanitation, disinfectant, making sure that everything is nice and clean. And so the Clorox Company, they are a company that is poised to benefit from all of this. So I expect their company to have a crazy earnings display tomorrow. That's a clear and obvious buy. And at this point, I actually tried to do some options on this company. So we'll see how I do tomorrow. And I'll actually check back in and let you know how those options went. All right. So for a Clorox Company, that's an obvious buy. The next two that stand out to me are Ferrari and Marathon. So as you know, Ferrari makes sports cars and Marathon is in the oil and gas industry. Now, clearly, I am not the target market for Ferrari, right? However, I believe that if I was a millionaire, would I be trying to buy a sports car, or a billionaire trying to buy a sports car when everything is locked down? Probably not. Marathon, which is in the oil and gas industry, probably took a significant hit last quarter. Last quarter, we were all quarantining. states were closed. People were not driving as much. People weren't driving as much, even though, well, people weren't driving. And to that effect, insurance companies were actually giving us discounts because we weren't driving. So I expect Ferrari and Marathon to be a sell because their demand may be lower, which means lower earnings. So that's my 2 cents. Now after the close, I really don't have a good read on any of these companies. However, Take-Two Interactive could be one to look at. Now I know them for the video games that they make, and so I know that the PS5 is coming out at the end of the year, and I would assume the corresponding Xbox product is probably coming out around the same time. So with that, they are probably ramping up production. And I can imagine too, right? Last quarter, everyone's quarantining. A lot more people are probably playing video games. So they probably do have a great uptick in sales. So that might be actually a good buy for tomorrow. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Once again, I need a good name for this video series. And I'll see you in the next video.